What are the 7 processes for the PRINCE2 7th edition, and how do they form the key building blocks for the PRINCE2 way of project management? Let's learn that in this video. Hello, I am Ray and I'm a PRINCE2 7th edition Foundation and Practitioner certified project manager with over 15 years of experience in project management. Currently, I work as a program manager in the UK and I'm an authorized training provider for Axelos and PeopleCert, who are the accreditation organizations for the PRINCE2 certification. So PRINCE2, which essentially means Projects in Controlled Environment, is a complete framework for managing projects across various industries and disciplines. Now the PRINCE2 framework is in its 7th edition now, and you should think of the PRINCE2 7th edition as a roadmap guiding you from the very start of the project all the way to its successful delivery, maintaining a constant focus on the outcomes and the benefits a project will generate upon completion. Now in the PRINCE2 way of project management, there are 7 principles, 7 practices and 7 processes, which really forms the cornerstone of the framework. And in this video, we will learn about the 7 processes of the PRINCE2 7th edition framework. Now in PRINCE2, the 7 processes are starting up a project, directing a project, initiating a project, controlling a stage, managing product delivery, managing a stage boundary, and closing a project. Let's delve deeper into each one of them now. So the first process, starting up a project. Now this pre-project process is about ensuring that the prerequisites for the project are in place and that is really viable and worthwhile undertaking a project before committing significant resources to it, right? The primary activities in this process include appointing a project executive, appointing the project manager, documenting an outline business case, which really goes into forming your project brief, capturing lessons from the previous projects, and planning the first stage of the project, which is the initiation stage. Now let's look at the second process, which is directing a project. Now this process runs from the start to the end of the project, and it really describes the project board's responsibilities for the overall management, direction and control across its entire life cycle. So the process covers the key decision points such as authorizing the project initiation, authorizing the project itself, providing ad hoc direction to the project manager as and when required, and ultimately, when the project is complete, confirming the project closure. Moving on, the third process, which is initiating a project. So this is where the detailed planning of a project begins, okay? And it really helps to build a solid foundation for the entire project. So here the project manager prepares various management approaches. For example, let's say the risk management approach, the quality management approach, communication management approach, right? And by performing these tasks, the process of initiating a project creates a comprehensive project plan and assembles all of this into the project initiation documentation, which is often called the PID or the PID. Now, before proceeding further, if you are finding this video helpful, please subscribe to this channel. Also, if you are willing to get certified in PRINCE2 and you would like to learn more about it from videos like this one, make sure you keep your bell notifications on as well. Okay, let's move on. The fourth process, which is controlling a stage. So this process focuses on the project manager's day-to-day management of a specific stage. So in this process, the project manager assigns work in form of something called as work packages to the team managers, okay? And the project managers in this process also monitors the progress of the stage against the plan of the stage, okay? You remember when we discussed about the practices of PRINCE2, and one of the practices of PRINCE2 was the plans, okay? So this is how the plans practice gets applied into this process of PRINCE2 to monitor the progress of a stage against the stage plan. And that helps the project manager to deal with issues and risks, and it also helps to take corrective actions as and when needed, and the overall process of controlling a stage also involves providing regular highlight reports to the project board, which would give them an overview in terms of how that stage is progressing. Moving forward, the fifth process, which is managing product delivery. So this process is the linkage between the project manager and the team manager or managers who are typically involved in creating the specialist products of a project. So it covers the team activities of accepting a work package, executing the work package, ensuring that the products coming out of the work package meets the quality criteria, right? And finally, delivering the completed products back to the project manager in an agreed upon manner. So that is basically the summary, the process of managing product delivery functions. Next, the sixth process, which is managing a stage boundary. So this process occurs near the end of each management stage, okay? Except the last management stage, of course, where the project is eventually closed. So as part of the managing a stage boundary, the project manager reviews the performance of the current stage, and then he or she prepares a detailed plan for the next stage, okay? It also involves updating the project plan, the business case, and the requests for authorization from the project board to proceed to the next stage. Now, interestingly, if the current stage of the project is expected to exceed its tolerances, okay, an exception plan is created as part of this managing a stage boundary. And that exception plan is eventually approved or sort of taken into consideration by the project board. Now, moving on, the final process of PRINCE2, which is closing out a project. Now, this process provides a fixed point at which the project is brought to a controlled closure. Now, the key activities that is involved in closing out a project includes confirming user acceptance of the project's product, ensuring that the business can support the project products post the project is delivered, okay, very important. Otherwise, everything will fall back into where it all started, right? So it is very important to make sure that the product that you are delivering at the closure stage of a project is handed over properly to the business as usual team. So this process also involves reviewing the project's performance, documenting the lessons learned for future projects, and formally recommending the project closure to the project board, which, of course, if approved by the project board, helps the project manager to close out the project formally. So that was the overall summary for the 7 processes of PRINCE2. I hope the video was helpful to you. Now, if you are willing to get PRINCE2 certified, you can reach out to me via the details as mentioned on the screen. I'm an authorized training provider or an ATO for PRINCE2, and I can share with you further details about my training materials and services in case if you are interested, okay? So if you have liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you again in the next one.